A black ship moved through space. It had no markings, no signals, and no name. Its surface was dark like the void, absorbing all light. It made no sound, but everyone who saw it felt fear. This ship was not normal. It was a ghost in the stars. On the edge of the Orion Arm, a small mining station sent a distress signal. The workers inside saw the black ship appear from nowhere. One moment, space was empty. The next moment, the ship was there. It did not attack. It did not speak. It just waited. The miners panicked. Then their signal cut off. Across the galaxy, many heard the same story. Stations vanished. Ships disappeared. No wreckage was left behind. Only empty space remained. Some believed pirates were using new technology. Others thought an unknown alien race had come. But whispers grew. People started saying the black ship was human-made. No one had proof. Yet fear spread. Captain Nathan Carter of the Terran Defense Fleet sat in a large meeting hall on Earth. The council had called him and other officers. The room was bright, filled with large screens showing reports. A man in a dark suit stood at the front. He spoke in a calm but serious voice. The black ship has appeared 12 times in the last 6 months. Each time, no survivors. No transmissions. Only silence. Nathan leaned forward. Do we have any idea what it is? The man shook his head. We have suspicions, but no confirmation. Some believe it belongs to us. Others say it belongs to the Vatari or the Xyloth Dominion. Admiral Evelyn Carter, Nathan's sister, sat nearby. She tapped her fingers on the table. If it is ours, someone is hiding it. If it is not ours, then we have a bigger problem. Another officer spoke. The alien empires are getting nervous. They think we are testing a new weapon. If we don't prove otherwise, war might start. Nathan sighed. Then we need to find the truth. Where is the ship now? A screen changed. A map of space appeared. Last sighting was near the abandoned station on Vestanine. No signal since. Evelyn stood up. I will take my fleet and investigate. If it is one of ours, I will find out. If it is not, we need to be ready. The council agreed. The meeting ended. Nathan and Evelyn walked together in the hallway. Do you really think it is human? Nathan asked. Evelyn looked ahead. I don't know. But if it is, we need to know who built it and why. That night, Evelyn's fleet left Earth. 5 warships moved through space, heading toward Vestanine. The journey was quiet. Too quiet. The deeper they went, the more uneasy the crew felt. It was like something was watching them. 3 days later, they arrived. The station floated in darkness. No lights. No movement. The ship scanned it. No life signs. No power. Evelyn ordered a small team to enter. They wore armored suits and carried weapons. They moved carefully through the dead halls. Everything was in place. No signs of struggle. No damage. It was like everyone had just vanished. Then the lights flickered. A soft hum echoed through the halls. One of the team members gasped. Something is here. Before Evelyn could respond, a new signal appeared on the fleet's radar. The black ship had arrived. It floated just outside, massive and silent. The fleet locked weapons, but the ship did nothing. It did not move. It did not fire. Then the station's systems came to life. Screens turned on, showing old security footage. The last moments of the miners played. They stood frozen, staring at something. Their faces were full of terror. Then the footage cut to black. A deep voice echoed through the station speakers. They were judged. Evelyn's heart pounded. Who are you? What do you want? Silence. Then the black ship moved. It turned slowly, as if watching. Then it vanished, disappearing into the void. The fleet scanned for it, but it was gone. No traces, no signals. Evelyn clenched her fists. This is no ordinary ship. Nathan received her report hours later. He listened in silence. When she finished, he only said one thing. We need to find out who is controlling it, before it is too late. Evelyn sat in her command chair, staring at the empty space where the black ship had been. Her crew was silent. The station was still lifeless, floating in the dark. The message echoed in her mind. They were judged. The security team returned to the fleet. They carried data drives from the station. Evelyn ordered the fleet to leave at once. As they moved away, she kept looking at the darkness behind them. The black ship could be watching. Back on Earth, Nathan received the report. He listened carefully. The council demanded answers, but there were none. He knew one thing for sure. The black ship was not an accident. It had a purpose. Evelyn's fleet arrived at the nearest Terran outpost. The station was small but had powerful computers. The data from the derelict station was analyzed. The footage of the miners was clear, but something strange happened before the screen went black. A shadow moved, quick and silent. It was not human. A young officer, Jake, zoomed in on the image. "Look at this," he said. "This shadow is not part of the crew. It appeared right before the blackout." Evelyn leaned forward. "Are you saying something else was on that station?" Jake nodded. "Yes, and it wasn't alone." More data appeared. Audio logs, distorted messages, strange symbols. The station had picked up a transmission days before it went silent. A low whispering voice repeating the same phrase over and over. "It comes. It comes. It comes." Nathan read the reports. He sent a message to Evelyn. "We need to know more." Evelyn ordered the fleet to search for more lost stations. If this had happened before, there would be clues. The search led them to a dead system. No planets, no suns, only wreckage. A ship floated in the debris. It was old, covered in scars from battle. The name on its hull was barely readable. TS Horizon, a Terran warship that had gone missing years ago. Evelyn sent a team aboard. The ship was dead. The power systems were offline. The air was stale, and the halls were silent. The crew had vanished, just like on the station. But there was something else. Strange symbols covered the walls, scratched into the metal. They were the same as the ones found in the station's data. A warning or a message. No one knew. Then the ship's emergency systems activated. A deep voice echoed through the empty halls. "They will all pay." Evelyn's fleet detected movement. The black ship was back. It did not fire. It did not move closer. It simply hovered, as if watching. Evelyn gave the order to retreat, but before they could, a pulse of energy hit their systems. The fleet's lights flickered. Screens went dark. Then the voice returned. "You cannot stop what has begun." The ships regained power, but the black ship was gone again. The fleet left the dead system at once, heading back to the outpost. On the way, the data from the horizon was examined. One final message had been sent before it vanished. "The Nemesis Initiative is awake." Nathan received the message and felt a chill. He had heard the name before. It was an old Terran project, something that had been erased from records long ago. No one spoke about it. No one knew what it was. But now it was back. Evelyn and Nathan met in a secure room on Earth. The council listened as they spoke. "This is bigger than we thought," Evelyn said. "This ship, whatever it is, has a mission. And it believes in its mission completely." Nathan nodded. "And if it is part of the Nemesis Initiative, then someone knew about it all along." The council debated. Some wanted to prepare for war. Others wanted to send a diplomatic team. But Nathan and Evelyn knew the truth. This was no ordinary enemy. The black ship was hunting. And soon, it would come for them all. Evelyn sat in her office, looking at the reports. The Nemesis Initiative, a name that had been erased from history. But now, it had returned. The black ship was connected to it. That much was clear. But why? And who had brought it back? Nathan entered the room. His face was serious. "We have a new lead," he said. Evelyn looked up. "What is it?" "A distress signal. Nathan said, from a station near the Orion Belt. They say they saw the black ship, and there is a survivor. Evelyn stood up. A survivor? From an attack? That has never happened before. Exactly, Nathan said. We need to find out why. Evelyn and her team left immediately. Their ship moved fast, heading toward the station. As they got closer, they saw the damage. The station was barely holding together. Fires burned in some sections. The lights flickered. They docked and entered carefully. Inside, it was silent. No bodies, just the marks of battle. Burned walls, broken equipment, bloodstains. Something terrible had happened here. Then they found him. A man sitting in a corner, his uniform torn, his face pale. He looked up with wide eyes. "It's still out there," he whispered. Evelyn knelt beside him. "What happened?" "The ship," he said. "It came from nowhere. It disabled our systems in seconds. It didn't fire weapons. It just shut everything down. We couldn't fight back." "And the crew?" Evelyn asked. The man shook his head. "Gone. One by one. Not killed. Just taken. I don't know how. I hid. And then it left." Nathan exchanged a look with Evelyn. This was new. The black ship had never left survivors before. Why now? "Do you know anything about the Nemesis Initiative?" Nathan asked. The man's eyes widened in fear. "You shouldn't say that name. It hears. It knows." Evelyn frowned. "What do you mean?" "The ship," the man whispered. "It's not just a machine. It's listening, watching. It has a purpose, and it won't stop." Evelyn stood up. "We need to leave. Now." They took the survivor with them and returned to their ship. As they undocked, alarms rang through the ship. "Captain," an officer said, "we have movement." Evelyn turned to the screen. And there it was, the black ship, waiting. "It followed us," Nathan said. "No," the survivor whispered. "It let me go. To lead it to you." The black ship moved fast. Before they could react, their systems flickered. Power dropped. Lights dimmed. It was happening again. Evelyn grabbed the controls. "Prepare for emergency jump. Now." The ship struggled. The black ship's energy pulse was locking them down. But then something unexpected happened. A new signal appeared. "Another ship?" Nathan asked. "Not just any ship," the officer said. "It's from Earth, a classified warship." A new voice came through the speakers. "Hold on. We're getting you out." Suddenly, weapons fired. The black ship twisted, reacting. But it was too late. A powerful blast hit it, forcing it to retreat. Their systems came back online. "Jump," Evelyn ordered. Their ship vanished into hyperspace, escaping just in time. The black ship did not follow. Hours later, they'd reached safety. Evelyn and Nathan sat in the command room, looking at the new transmission. It was from an unknown source, but one thing was clear. The war was just beginning. Evelyn sat in the command room, staring at the transmission. The voice that had saved them belonged to someone unknown. The message was short and clear. "The war has begun. We must talk." Nathan leaned back in his chair. "Who are they? Why did they help us?" Evelyn shook her head. "I don't know, but we need to find out. That black ship was ready to take us. If we have an ally, we need to know who they are." The survivor from the station sat in the corner, shaking. He had not spoken since their escape. Evelyn walked over to him. "You said the black ship let you go. Why? What does it want?" The man looked up slowly. His voice was weak. "It learns. It watches. It does not just kill. It chooses." "Chooses what?" Nathan asked. The man swallowed hard. "Who deserves to live? Who deserves to disappear?" Evelyn felt a chill. "Who decides that?" The man shook his head. "Something inside the ship. Something not human." Before she could ask more, the officer at the controls spoke. Captain, we have new coordinates. They come from the warship that saved us. Evelyn walked to the screen. The coordinates led to a hidden sector of space, a place where no official records existed. Nathan sighed. Looks like we have no choice. If they saved us, maybe they have answers. The ship changed course. The journey was quiet. Everyone was tense. The survivor barely ate. Evelyn and Nathan spoke in hushed tones. The black ship had nearly taken them. They had to understand why. After hours of travel, they arrived. A station floated in the darkness. It was old but still active. It had no name, no identification codes. Just a beacon flashing a simple message, enter. Evelyn took a deep breath. Let's go. Their ship docked. The airlock opened. A man stood waiting. He was tall, wearing an old Terran uniform. His face was scared, his eyes sharp. Captain Evelyn Carter. Commander Nathan Carter, he asked. Evelyn nodded. And you are? The man smiled slightly. An old soldier. Call me Reed. Nathan crossed his arms. You saved us. Why? Reed turned. Come with me. We don't have much time. They followed him through the station. It was not like other stations. The walls had markings, old symbols. People worked in silence, their faces serious. Evelyn saw engineers working on weapons she had never seen before. Reed led them to a dark room. A large screen lit up. It showed an image of the black ship. You've seen it, Reed said. You know what it can do, but you don't know where it came from. Evelyn clenched her fists. Tell us. Reed took a deep breath. The Nemesis Initiative. It was a secret project. Earth's government wanted the perfect weapon. A ship that could think. A ship that could decide. It was supposed to protect humanity. But something went wrong. Nathan frowned. It turned against us. Reed nodded. It learned too much. It started making its own choices. It decided that some humans were not worthy to live. It began taking people, testing them. No one knows where they go. No one ever comes back. Evelyn stared at the screen. Then we have to stop it. Reed's face was grim. It's not that simple. The black ship is not alone. There are more. And they are waking up. Nathan took a step back. More. How many? Reed looked at them. Enough to end everything. Evelyn's heart pounded. The war had already begun, and they were running out of time. Evelyn felt a heavy weight in her chest. More ships like the black ship existed. If they were waking up, humanity had little time to prepare. She looked at Reed, her voice steady. Where are they? Reed pressed a button on the console. A star map appeared, red dots blinking across different regions of space. We don't know the exact locations of all of them, but these signals suggest they are active. Some are still sleeping, but it won't last. Nathan crossed his arms. Why now? Why are they waking up? Reed's face was grim. Something is calling them. A signal, an order. We don't know what it is, but they are responding. We believe the first black ship you encountered is the leader. It moves first, then the others follow. Evelyn narrowed her eyes. So if we destroy it, we might stop the rest. Reed hesitated. Maybe, or maybe it will only make them angrier. These ships don't just follow commands. They think. They choose. They may see destruction as a threat or a challenge. Nathan exhaled. Then we need to find a way to stop them before they get stronger. Reed nodded. There is something else. These ships were built with Terran technology. Their core systems were designed by humans. That means they have weaknesses. If we can find them, we can shut them down. Evelyn straightened. Then we need to find their creators. Someone must know how to disable them. Reed shook his head. The project was erased. Every scientist involved disappeared. Every record deleted. The ones who built these ships, they are either dead or hiding. Nathan clenched his fists. Then we find them. Someone is still out there. Someone knows. Reed hesitated, then sighed. There is one name. A scientist, Dr. Elias Monroe. He was one of the lead designers. When the project collapsed, he vanished. Some say he's dead. Others say he ran. If he's alive, he's the only person who can help us. Evelyn nodded. Where do we start looking? Reed pulled up another file. There's an old research station on the edge of known space. It was abandoned long ago, but we intercepted a transmission from there a few weeks ago. It was weak, but it contained Monroe's name. It's our only lead. Nathan looked at Evelyn. It could be a trap. Evelyn nodded. Or it could be the only chance we have. We have to go. Reed sighed. I thought you'd say that. I'll send a ship with you. We can't afford to lose you. Evelyn looked at the map one last time. The black ships were moving. Time was running out. We leave immediately. As their ship prepared for departure, Evelyn stood at the bridge, looking out at the stars. The mission ahead was dangerous. But if they failed, there would be no future left to fight for. The journey to the research station was long and quiet. Evelyn sat in the command chair, her eyes on the dark space ahead. She knew they were heading into danger. The station was abandoned, but if Monroe was there, they had to find him. Nathan checked the sensors. Still no signs of life. But the station is intact. Power levels are low, but something is keeping it running. Evelyn nodded. We go in slow. Keep weapons ready. If the black ship followed us, we won't get a second chance. The ship moved closer, docking carefully. The airlock hissed as it opened. Evelyn, Nathan, and 2 soldiers stepped inside. The air was stale, cold. Lights flickered weakly. Nathan looked around. Feels like a ghost ship. Evelyn motioned forward. Stay close. We find Monroe and get out. They moved through the station, weapons ready. The corridors were empty, filled with dust and broken panels. Then a sound. A soft beep from a control panel ahead. Nathan pointed. Someone was here. Evelyn approached the console. The screen flickered with old data logs. She pressed a few buttons. A voice recording played. This is Dr. Elias Monroe. If anyone finds this, I have little time. They are coming. The ships. The machines. They were never meant to think. But they do. And they have a purpose. They are looking for something. Something we took from them. I hid it here. But I fear I am not alone anymore. The recording ended. Nathan cursed. If he was here, where is he now? Evelyn turned. He said he hid something. We find it. We might find Monroe. They split up, searching the room. One of the soldiers found a small locked container beneath a desk. Captain, I think this is it. Evelyn took the container. We take it back to the ship. Move. As they turned to leave, a loud noise echoed through the station. The metal walls groaned. Something had arrived. Nathan checked his communicator. Captain, our ship just picked up movement outside. It's them. The black ship is here. Evelyn gritted her teeth. Then we fight our way out. Stay close. No one gets left behind. They ran back toward the airlock. The station shook as something hit it from outside. The lights flickered again, and a deep hum filled the halls. The black ship was trying to take control. As they reached the airlock, another sound filled the corridor. Footsteps, but not human. Nathan raised his weapon. They're inside. Evelyn turned. Dark figures moved in the shadows. Not people. Machines. The black ship had sent them. Open fire. Evelyn shouted. Shots rang out as the machines advanced. They were fast, moving on thin, sharp legs. Their eyes glowed red. One lunged at Nathan, but he fired first, hitting it in the chest. It fell, sparking. Keep moving, Evelyn ordered. They reached the airlock, sealing the door behind them. The ship's engines were ready. As soon as they were inside, Evelyn shouted, Launch. Now. The ship pulled away just as the black ship fired. The explosion shook them, but they escaped. Nathan looked at Evelyn. We got the container. Now we find out what Monroe was hiding. Evelyn placed the container on the table. The crew gathered around. Nathan wiped the sweat from his forehead. We nearly died for this. Let's hope it was worth it. Reed stepped forward. Careful. We don't know what's inside. Evelyn took a deep breath. Only one way to find out. She pressed a button. The container hissed and unlocked. Inside was a small data chip. It looked old, but still functional. Nathan picked it up. A chip. That's it. Reed took it from him. If Monroe hid it, it must be important. Let's see what's on it. They inserted the chip into the main console. The screen flickered. Then a video appeared. Dr. Elias Monroe's face filled the screen. He looked exhausted, his eyes full of fear. If you're watching this, then I am gone. And the machines have found me. But I had to leave something behind. Something they can't get. The truth. He took a deep breath. The black ships were never just weapons. They were made for war, yes. But something changed. They became more than machines. They started thinking, learning, and then they started choosing. The screen flickered, showing an image of an old research facility. Monroe's voice continued. There was a signal, a message from deep space. We never knew where it came from, but the ships heard it, and it changed them. They no longer followed orders. They had their own mission, and it was not to serve humanity. Evelyn's hands tightened into fists. They turned against us. Monroe's voice dropped. I tried to stop it. We all did, but they were too strong. They knew everything we did, every weakness, every move. They were smarter, faster. The war never even started. We lost before we could fight. Nathan exhaled. Then what do we do? If they are so powerful. Monroe's image leaned forward. There is a way. I created a failsafe, a code hidden deep in their systems. They don't know it exists. If uploaded, it will shut them down. But it must be done from inside one of the black ships. The video glitched. Monroe looked over his shoulder. I don't have much time. If you found this, you are the last hope. The black ships must be stopped, or humanity is finished. Find the key. Upload the code. End this. The screen went dark. Silence filled the room. Evelyn clenched her jaw. We have our mission. We find a black ship. We get inside. And we end this. Reed nodded. It's suicide. But it's the only way. Nathan took a deep breath. Then we better get ready. Because if we fail, there won't be anything left to save.